Hi there, my name is Cynthia Wakio and I am joined by Pamina Swainaina, who is going to be telling us how to register a company in Kenya. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Cynthia.
So why is it important to register your company?
Now, if you're going to be in business and in serious business for that matter, it's always good to adhere to the legal requirements. So as it is right now, you can't be able to open a bank account, you can't be able to get the PIN if you've not been registered. And that means the government recognizing your business as a legal entity. Yeah, so it's absolutely, it's important. It's just like you. There's a reason why we call you Cynthia Wakeo is because uh, your birth certificate, it's a requirement.
Is this also mandatory for online businesses?
Yes, it doesn't matter what kind of business that you're doing. Remember, businesses have existed as long as this country has been in existence. Even before we had Kenya, businesses needed to be registered.
Yeah.
So online businesses are fairly a new phenomenon. So that does not exempt them from the legal requirements. So even if you are running your side hustle and you don't want to professionalize it, Cynthia, it's important for you to register it. Yeah.
And what is the difference between registering a company and registering a business name?
So you normally find a business name is associated with the individual. So today you can go register. Give me an example of a company you'd want to have.
A communication
Communi-
consultant.
Communication. Good.
Yeah.
So if you call it Senior Communications Consultant. So if you register it as a business name, then there's no difference between Cynthia and you. And the organization, sorry. And so you'll find even the Kenya Revenue will not give you a different PIN number. You'll be using the PIN.
Yes.
But if you come and register now as a company, then you have what we call shareholding. So the company is limited by the share capital. And so that means, I think 3-4 years back, you couldn't have one director, but today it's possible for you to register a company with one director. Yeah. So the advantage of that is that there's a distinction between Cynthia, the individual, and now the corporation. Yeah. That is why I would highly encourage anyone who's thinking of getting into business, long term for that matter, to go the company way instead of just registering the business name. Yeah.
And what are the steps to follow when registering a company?
If you're looking to register a company, number one, you have to reserve the name. So if it's Cynthia Communications Limited, you've got to go to the eCitizen, log in. They'll give you, it's free to log in, create a name, create an account, sorry. So after you've done that, you reserve the business. So you pay, for now, I believe it's 50 shillings for each name that you reserve. They encourage you to reserve more than one name just in case whatever you have in mind has already been taken. Yeah. So they'll review, they'll come back to you. Upon approval now, they need you to come with what we call the memorandum of association, articles of association. These are the two crucial documents. Then they also ask you what is your share capital. Yeah. And then registered location. So they'll ask for the plot number. So if you look, for example, us, if you look at our reception, you'll be able to see we have all those requirements. Yeah. So there's certain procedure, there are certain documentations which are required. So bearing that you're not an expert, I am not an expert, I'm not a legal expert, I highly encourage that you outsource this to a lawyer, an advocate, and they'll be able to do it for you at a fraction of the fee. Yeah. So they'll remove the headache for you and do, because this is what they do as a living, for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as we wrap up, any final thoughts on anyone looking to register a business?
Yes, like I said, if you're very keen on being a business person and entrepreneur, it's important to put your house in order. And you having a registered business is the first step. You having a bank account, you having PINs, it's very important. I remember when I began the business, thank God I had started the process. So I got a client fast before the documents came out. So this client, at the time of payment, they were asking me, what do I write? So, I mean, I was just lucky that I had started the registration process and I was going to get it soon. So you'd imagine now so the person wrote for me the check with the name of the business, corporate staffing services. I had to wait for, I think, 2 weeks because I hadn't opened a bank account. Yeah. So you see, you don't want to be embarrassed that way. You don't want to find yourself in such a situation. So put your house in order even before you've gotten the first customer. And it's straightforward. Nowadays, in my time, it was very manual, but nowadays everything has gone online. And so, yeah, makes it easier for would-be entrepreneurs.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching the video. For more tips on how to start a business in Kenya, please subscribe to the channel. See you next time.